was that?
Bargain bin, let's see what crowd is in. Baba Dave and his hair, he's old man, but please don't stare. Alright, he's on the bargain bin. Next on up is Jacobus, with computer skills most dubious. Can he play a video stream? Way, here is the bargain bin. Bonus section, it's area black. For the furries, he's got your back. Along with Neve, that rhymes with Steve. Can she weave? She'll knit you a sleeve. Whoa, they're on the bargain bin. It's on Monday night. If you're lucky, it's on time. It's a pile of shite, but to miss it is a crime. Just out the gate, it's Rob TP. He's not a dog, but he'll make you pee. Up for a laugh, he'll laugh at Oat. If he falls flat, he'll get his coat. Whoa, we are the bargain bin. You hear the bargain bin, huh? This is the bargain bin.
Hey.
What was that? That was like
going on such a great intro.
I know, that was like Aria going, it's down with the kids, alright?
Yeah, well, there's a 1 second frame usually between the 30-second countdown and the bargain intro for a strike a pose. But today, it was more like 5 seconds.
Ay, caramba.
Before we do...
Happy Easter!
No, stop. Before we go off the rails, I need to say I've ordered test copies of Twisted Fairy Tales today.
Woo!
It should be coming in about a week or two.
Nice.
Now, completely go off the rails and talk about rabbits and shit.
Rabbit and shit. Okay.
So, first on the agenda, rabbits.
And next,
rabbits, shit, eggs, feathers. What else comes with this shit? Easter eggs, very important. I bet 2 so far. It's doing well.
Nice. Where did you? Can we talk about this? Where did you order the? Did you order the floppies or the hardbacks?
Just the floppies so far. With the hardbacks, it's set up a bit differently, aren't they? I need to have a proper look at them, make sure they
right
are right first time.
Speaking of hardback, the hardback is just showing up. Goose.
Goose has got eggs.
He's got eggs.
Wait, do male geese lay eggs?
No, but they got eggs. You know what I mean? Actually, here's the thing. Like me being here in Germany, like and speaking German as a second language, you know, eggs. You know, in English we talk about nuts, right? In German, they talk about eggs. So there's a whole load of jokes. Say what?
How often are you talking about nuts?
Too often.
Rob started that story as if he'd lost the war.
You know what? I feel Hojo on that, man. Cadbury eggs are the best eggs. They are.
Yeah, but
I don't know.
I haven't had them for years, and they're too sickly for me now.
I had Kinder eggs come with free salmonella this year.
Yeah, I was looking for them. I couldn't find any. I was like, oh man, because Kinder eggs like the best invention ever. Like you got the chocolate, you fucking eat the chocolate in one. Then you got that little toy while you're munching on the chocolate in your mouth. You can put together and then chuck out 2 seconds later because it's shit. Used to be
impressed you take the toy out first.
I feel like the toy has really lost its value if they're just putting salmonella in there.
I've got something here. I've got something here. Salmonella evening. Okay.
like you open the little pod up and it's just got a note. Oh, you've got hepatitis B.
Goose has got a question for you, Rob. What are cream eggs called in German?
Crema Eier.
Called creamy nuts.
No, they don't have like the Cadbury's cream eggs like we do in the UK. They've got obviously the Kinder eggs as all Kinder Überraschung or Kinder Surprise.
Creamy testes.
So ungefähr, more or less.
What do they have in Italy, Alejandro? Do you open Kinder eggs up and there's a little pasta surprise inside? There's a meatball.
Meatball.
Cadbury's cream eggs are the best. Yeah. Scream eggs. Yes, we had them as well. Ours wasn't green and white though. Ours were just white. The scream eggs, like they didn't put any other color in it.
Are you sure?
Yeah. I'm telling you because I bought quite a few of them. It was like, I
that's
know
quite
this, mate. If someone I know, I fucking know this.
If there's anyone I'm not going to argue about it with, it's you, Dave.
Yeah, it was literally just it was just white fucking jizz in there. That was all that was in there. There was no like other
No.
colors.
I don't think that was a cream egg.
Can you say that one more time for the record?
Yeah. Dave, where did you buy them?
Off the
Did you get
giant
them from the
pan.
shed?
He said they were proper like he called them scream eggs. They're just full of white sticky shit. It didn't taste right, but it was
Were they salty?
salty rather than sweet. Yeah. I don't know why. It was strange.
Remember, this is a safe space.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
Was there a lot of protein in them?
Yeah, made me put on a lot of muscle. He got yoked. That's what it's called now. It's not a bukkake, it's a yoking.
Oh God! Oh jeez! Oh, stop now! Stop now!
They've got a yoke in.
Oh God! Oh.
I suppose if it's fucking yolk color all over your face, you should be a bit worried, though.
You got egg on your face.
Yeah,
You got egg on your face, Dave.
Wouldn't be the first time.
Damn. Okay. I see where this is going.
Damn.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. It's cool.
Okay.
So what we got on tonight?
Maybe
Apart from a
tone
yellow
down the
hoodie,
filth
a
a
yellow
little bit.
Simpsons hoodie.
We should tone down the filth because we have a man of God on the show. We've got some class on the show. So,
Only took us a year and a bit.
Oh. Hey, dude.
Hey, thanks for having me on. I'm in the back room just laughing. I love that you got egg on your face. That's now the next time someone says that to me, it's gonna have a whole other meaning. It's like, oh, I got egg on my face. I'm like, oh, you do you?
You betcha you do.
You're gonna feel dirty all day.
We have Kinder eggs here, but they separate the toy from the chocolate, and it's you got to eat this chocolate with a spoon. It's got a little hazelnut looking thing in it, and it's got that white creamy stuff. It's weird.
I just love Dave's face here. like, what?
Yeah, we got them here.
We got them as well, but that's not That's
Who
like
has?
a variation. That's not proper Kinder egg. You got like the yellow thing inside, like with the toy.
It's not a proper Kinder egg because of all the regulations that we have
Well,
here.
are they afraid kids are going to swallow the toys?
Well, it's because of our government is crap, and our
do they not trust that kids won't swallow something that's the size of a fucking like?
Yeah, apparently our children are idiots too. So I don't know what to do.
I have a question. Is a man of the cloth allowed to say crap?
Oh yeah. It's that's proper Greek actually.
Oh, this could be a whole show, just seeing what we can get him to say and what he's not allowed to say.
You know, I've got a new occupational hazard. So when I was recovering from my illness, I couldn't talk for a while, and the doctors and nurses said, just mouth and pretend you're saying what you think, so that you don't forget how to pronounce words and stuff.
Articulate, yeah.
Yeah, so I would do that, but I knew nobody could hear me, and people would come in and do and say things, and you know, I had some zingers. I had some real zingers, and I was like, oh man, if they could hear this, they'd be cracking up. Well, now that I can talk, I sometimes actually say the thing I'm thinking. So an inside thought.
Oh my God! Okay,
then
long
becomes an outside
COVID linked with Tourette's.
Yeah, it could be. Yeah, it has proved problematic on a couple of occasions.
Damn. That's
Yeah.
hard.
If there's any show you need to just let your brain loose and let all that out, it's this show, I'd say.
Well, a lot of people love the new spicier Luke. My wife, however, does not. She gets quickly embarrassed by my unknown outburst. Like, for example, we went to my son did a basketball league thing at a church, and as we were walking out, one of the parents told the ref that had been doing a terrible job all season that he did a great job this year, and I just go, why did we tell people they do a good job when they didn't?
This is definitely this is absolute proof that you're a man of the cloth, because if it was let's say if it was a regular British guy, that would have been polite.
Why you saying he done a good job? He was fucking shit all season.
Right, exactly. But I said, yeah.
Why didn't you call him a wanker?
Yeah.
And, well,
that little wanker back from the pen.
Well, I'm not telling the whole story, guys. So my wife, very embarrassingly, she goes, because it's the polite thing to do. And I said, I think it's stupid to be polite when it's a lie. I mean, why are you going to, how's he going to get better next year? If everybody told him he did a good job this year, he's just going to repeat the same crap he did this year, next year.
It's all that participation trophy bullshit, isn't it? Everyone gets a medal. Well done, fat kid, at running in the race. You came last, but you get a medal. Fuck you, teacher.
Was that a bit too close to home, that, Dave?
Yeah. No. It worked, because, right, in the end, they put me, right, in a sack race with
in a sack.
some people that I should definitely put egg on you. Just say, they weren't fully abled, but I beat them all. It's great.
Was they egg?
And I won my trophy fair and square.
I can beat cripples.
Yeah. Yeah. That was it. Yeah.
I can say that because I've been crippled for a little while, so I can make those jokes.
Oh man, you got an extra card. It's great.
You can't use the word nerf herder.
Yes, I can, because I am one. It's great.
We need
like
a thumbnail of Dave triumphantly standing on a disabled person for one of our shows.
Well, just the wheelchair tipped over and just me stood on it. Like,
oh god, I don't want to see a photo of Dave with his sack out.
It's so big you could get inside it.
Well, look at me. I've got egg on my face.
Even though I'm like a fat fuck now, I used to be quite sporty back in the day. I was actually pretty decent until I turned 19 and decided I like food a lot.
Yeah.
What was the ball?
Hey?
I said, did you play the ball?
Sometimes
terrible. It was terrible when I got older. My metabolism slowed down.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's like, wow.
Yeah, mine stopped at
me now, to be fair.
I don't know what any of you are talking about.
Shut up, youngster.
That's because you're skinny.
Go back to bed.
I still tell people I'm the wrong side of 26.
I have to go and
AD
25 beers and not get a hangover. So
I could tell you guys something funny.
You just say you can go out and not get a hangover. Fuck you, man. I get hangover from smelling a fucking pint these days.
How much are you drinking?
I can't actually. I don't drink a lot, but that's a typically useful thing to do.
You're like an old man in a young person's body, ain't you?
Well, the truth is, I don't even drink, and I wake up with a hangover. It's like, I got a headache. My body hurts.
By proxy.
I feel a little nauseous. I'm like, what is this? I didn't even. It's like you get all of the effects of having had a good time without the good time. When you get older, it's like this.
Dehydration.
Getting older sucks.
Drink more water.
But they say it's better than the alternative, I guess. But
that's for sure. Yeah. That's for sure.
So I have to tell you something funny. So I put this stream in my family calendar so my family knows when I'm going to be busy, right? But I put it in as Aria Black podcast, and because I had forgotten that you guys had changed the name. the thing. So my daughter yesterday asked, "So when you doing that Aryan Black thing?" I was like that sounds like some low-key KKK stuff. It is not. It's Aria Black. So
You think that
I mean,
was that in
I'm over
public?
there just losing it. I totally I lose it. I'm like, don't say that out loud. I'll get canceled.
That's a name that's gonna stick.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I know. The first 2 weeks I knew this guy, I thought his name was Ariel.
Ariel.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, so like for real, I thought Aria was a girl's name.
Well,
So when I
You're
first,
disappointed now.
so I first, but I was like, man, she's got a lot of facial hair.
To be fair, when he shaves, that long hair as well.
hey, I was voted third hottest girl in CG. I'll have you know.
Yes, you were.
You were.
I don't know whether I'm proud or concerned about it.
I
That's
should
pretty
have won that
impressive,
myself,
actually.
but I'm not sour.
They were. Commie Mark was very unfair in his choice of photo for me.
Oh, get over
Yeah.
it.
Oh,
man.
you were just an ugly bitch. Like you were
Still
just
hanging
so
on to that.
ugly. Like the ugliest woman I've seen for like
Here's
a
what
long
I think's
time.
funny: men actually arguing over how they got gypped out of being the hottest woman in CG. It just cracks me up. I was robbed. They took the wrong photo.
Yep.
This is my good side over here.
Dude, totally.
Yeah. So before we get into the clan meeting for real, let's talk campaigns.
Campaign talk. Yeah, it's the boring infomercial part. I'm sorry.
All right,
Sorry,
just
guys.
wake me up when you finish. All right.
It's all housekeeping. We got to do it. Got to pay the bills. Yeah. So this is my first campaign back from the dead. I'm officially back, baby. I'm actually doing it again. So
It took longer than 3 days, though, didn't it?
It took a lot longer. It took I think it was 150 days. I was in the hospital.
Jeez,
150 days. 94 days laying on my back in a bed before I got my first bit of physical therapy and
That
moved
sounds
for the
like
first
heaven.
time.
Look, I need
Well, you'd think, right? Yeah, you'd think, but yeah, it gets old real quick. You're like, yeah, this sucks. You want to get up and move around, and then when you try, it's really, it's like, wow, yeah, it was sucked, but it's good to be back. I'm drawing again, and we're getting ready to. I'm working on the part 4 of the Killing Field, and so we're right now crowdfunding the third book in the Killing Field arc, which is my legacy number 8. And so, 93 days. Yes, it's pretty bad. But yeah, I had this book was finished before I got sick, and I was actually supposed to crowdfund it in September, but I slept through I was like Green Day, and I slept through the entire month of September, and they woke me up when it ended.
Sorry.
Come on, like, where's the laugh at that?
When September.
Man, that one always falls short. I try so hard. on that one. It always falls short.
Let me find a karaoke version. Let me get a strike
Oh,
for that.
fuck's sake.
Wake me up.
There we go.
When
September ends. Yeah, that's correct.
ends.
So that's what they did. But anyway, I still needed to letter it, so I wound up hiring Eric Weathers to get it lettered because I didn't want to try it. I was going to be the letterer on this thing. I've lettered comic books a long time. But so yeah, the book is completely finished. It's ready to go to the printer. Just waiting on the backers to keep supporting this thing. So for those that don't know what the book is about, it's basically a Chris Claremont era X-Men meets Ancient Aliens. I took it from inspiration from from a verse in the book of Genesis, chapter 6, where it talks about the angels or sons of God coming down and seeing the daughters of men and having a little
Ooh la la!
Getting a little egg on their face, if you know what I mean. And,
I think the Bible says something about spilling seed in the wrong places, but okay, carry on.
It does actually. That was my favorite verse in high school. It said, the Bible, literally, the King James says, it is better for the seed of the man to lie in the belly of a whore than to fall upon the ground. And
All right, now I've got my life mission.
when you take that verse out of context,
That wasn't permission, Rob.
I went to a Christian school, and so my pastor was my principal. When you start taking that verse out of context, boy, does it get a few people upset. Uh, yeah, that was a lot of fun. That's when I knew I was going to be, if I ever went into the ministry, I was going to be one of those cantankerous type Christians, you know. And I have been uh, rather silly, but yeah. So uh, the idea was, and I found out, many years ago that the creatures that were uh, developed, I guess is the word, during that time, the offspring, were these angel human hybrids called the Nephilim. And Nephilim are spoke about in not just the Christian religion, but many religions and through different kind of writings throughout history. And some people actually believe that the Nephilim were a real life inspiration for the Greek gods, that they were kind of analogs for these real life Nephilim. And I started thinking, well, if they first procreated and had these babies, they're probably going to procreate more, right? You know how that works, and not necessarily with other Nephilim, but perhaps with human beings. And what if this happened over and over and over again? And inside of humankind, there was this, some people would have a little bit of like this angelic DNA. And what if something happened that would wake up this angelic recessive trait inside of them? And instead of like red hair, blue eyes, they could start to develop powers uh, like teleportation, or have the ability to lift buildings and boulders and things like that. And so that's what I started thinking. So what happens in this series is a manufactured event causes people that have this recessive um, Nephilim DNA in them uh, to wake up, and they start to develop these godlike abilities. And then as soon as people start developing these powers, someone comes around and starts abducting them. And in the first arc, we find out the who, what, when, where, and why, and all that kind of stuff. And that's when they find out that they're offspring of the Nephilim, of the Greek gods. And they, find out that they're fighting this ancient demon named Azazel, who is the mastermind behind a company called the Hybrid Engineering Corporation that is harvesting the DNA and stem cells of hybrid individuals, these super individuals. And so in this arc, they find out that the issue goes even further, that it's what they thought was bad, it gets even worse. And so we are, this arc is called the Killing Field, because they are thinking that they're going to kind of put an end to the bad guy, but the reader knows from kind of the get go that Azazel calls himself the game master for a reason, and he is always in control. And so he is playing a deadly game of chess where it will end with death and maiming. And so I'm not saying who gets killed or maimed, but it is a, yeah, like that.
Sorry.
Oh,
That was the dog.
Somebody tread on a dog.
I think I scared the dog.
He doesn't like death and murder.
Yeah, but I've been working with these characters for a long time now. I published the first book back in 2016, and we've gone back and remastered the first 5-6 books. Like, we've added things and updated and changed things. The first book got about 80% of the book redone, so that it could look a little better. I was limited in my drawing ability back then, so I've gotten better. I've learned more when it comes to sequentials, and so we improved some of those earlier books. This campaign, you can get that remastered first issue. You can also get this remastered second issue with this campaign. So we're pretty excited about that. On the campaign, you can see the first 8 pages. I've fallen in love with these characters, as have a lot of other people that have gotten a hold of the books. They're very interesting. There's a lot of familial elements to it. I grew up reading Claremont era X-Men, and so I missed having that. The interpersonal dynamics and relationships of people, and kind of how the characters really drove the plot. So I wanted to do that. I wanted to make a book that was like that, and I liked conspiracy theories and aliens and all of that stuff, and I believed that it would be cool to tie all of those things together because there seems to be a common thread between all of those things. And like that guy on the Ancient Aliens is like, it's aliens.
It's aliens. Hang on a second. Let me do the hair.
There
It's
you
aliens.
go.
I had a haircut.
So I think it's Nephilim. I think that the Nephilim theme ties back to all those things, and so we really explore that in the book, and I think people will have fun with it. It's been a real fun romp for me anyway.
Cool.
And yeah, we've got a pretty good team on there. Said Piper Steed is the editor, Eric Weathers letters, Brian Dawson did my layouts, and Patrick Gamma is my colorist. Patrick's been with me since day one on this thing, and we keep getting better and better. Oh, and I got a great cover by Nitho Diaz. So Nitho is he just got hired from Marvel, so I don't know if I'm going to be able to afford his rates in the future, but I do got a great cover from him and a great metal print that he did. So he did both of those.
Which one was he? He did both of these, is he?
He did both of those, yeah.
Yeah, very talented artist. Sure.
Mm-hmm. And periodically, I throw some original art up on there too. I sold one piece already, and I'm going to have some more affordable pieces pop up there this week. I just got to finish them. I don't post them until they're finished.
Very cool. You got some nice merch on here. So is the artwork for the book complete?
Oh yeah, everything's done. It's lettered. Everything's ready to go.
Nice.
I do have part of what this has. There's a 6-page backup story that is a new universe that I'm creating. I've had this concept for a while, and so I've partnered with Edward Davis to help me write it, and Brian Dawson, who does my layouts, is actually doing the whole story, the art and stuff, and it's called Juror 13. It's about it's basically, if that's the best way to describe it. It's like, it's hard to describe really. It's a detective hunting down a vigilante that goes after kind of Law and Order SVU style bad guys, that have gotten off in the system. So, yeah, so pretty cool. So everyone gets a taste of that story there. So yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. I need to say, just as Justin Burnt Scribe said, the art in this book is fantastic.
Oh, hell yeah.
Hang on a second.
Thank you very much.
Let's have a quick consensus. How many thumbs up does it get? Take away Burnt Scribe. Come on.
We can't see Rob.
Hang on.
Rob's probably got like 12 thumbs or something.
12. Oh man,
I
I'm
don't know.
talented. I'm talented, but
I thought you've been alive that long, you might have evolved some more.
Yeah.
It's where the thumbs have been you got to worry about.
Thanks, Dave. It's good to see. It's good to see everybody else. It's good to be back in the swing of things. It's good to be working again and feeling like I'm contributing to the world. Instead of just laying in a bed watching daytime television. Which, by the way, daytime television sucks.
Yeah.
I just wanted to say that Goose said, is a big bust as well. I think he's waiting for me to say, big bust!
Big bust.
And great. Thanks, Aria. I'm covered again. Thank you. Big bust.
I do have big busts.
Me too. It's a curse. Not a lot.
Oh my gosh. I'm so juvenile in my humor.
Hey,
That's what
here's a question for you. You being a man of the cloth, because I remember years ago a buddy of mine. What denomination are you guys?
I am Church of God, Anderson, Indiana. I have to clarify that because down here in the
no
South,
idea what you just said.
Yes, exactly. I'll explain it. We're basically we're a Wesleyan holiness theology. So,
Okay.
so that helps people a lot. We're a small little movement. Yeah, it's really it's more, you know, we're just conservative Bible teachers. That's what we do. But
Yeah. And your church has no problem with a comic book scene then?
oh no, they actually support it quite a bit. And
Cool.
one of the guys from my church is a character in the books. So
No.
Danny. So when you read it and you read about Danny, in fact, I
Uh-huh.
had somebody go, "My favorite character is Danny." I said, "Did you know Danny's real?" They're like,
Yeah.
"What?"
Would you like
I
his
said, "No."
number?
So I was like, "Yeah, he's absolutely real." I said, "You come to Jacksonville and visit. I will take you to go see Danny, and you will
Cool.
find out that he is every bit as BA in real life as he is in the comic. Every bit, every bit."
Cool.
Yeah.
Nice.
I just need to mention, Burnt Scribe said he clicked the perk for issues 1 to 3, but the comics are 6, 7, and 8.
Yes, it is. It's legacy issues. So we are actually on issue 8, but Killing Field is part 1, 2, and 3. So if you're getting part 1, 2, and 3, you're actually getting legacy issue. So that for inventory, it says that it's issue 6, 7, 8 for inventory reasons, because you can get issues 1 and 2 on the campaign as well. Now you do not have to go back and read the first 5 issues. It's my kind of my plan to write every issue like it's someone's first. And so knowing that, someone might pick up issue 8 and maybe never read any of the other ones and be able to enjoy it and kind of have an idea about what's going on, or at least want to back up an issue or two. But if you're new to this universe, you can jump in with issue 6, which is part 1 of the Killing Field, and just start reading from there. I do have a few trade paperbacks left. Now that's the old original printing, not the era release that has the updated or the remastered issues in there. But you can get access to all of that if you so wish. But yeah, so when you click on that, it will say issue 6, 7, and 8, but it is Killing Field parts 1, 2, and 3. That's the arc that you're on.
Okay. Are they the trade paperbacks? Are they black and white or color as well?
Oh, they're color. Everything's full color for me.
Right.
Right now, so we are less than $200 away from our first stretch goal, which will give everybody a patch, an iron-on patch, chibi version of Bone, the character in that first page that's teleporting back and forth with the little skull face paint on. He is so that's there, and at $4,000, we will unlock a 4 to 8 page ash can for a character that's in the book called Triple Play. We'll be doing an ash can to kind of launch his story and his solo arc that's going to be coming up. And so, yeah, it's pretty cool. But that ash can will also be in full color. So
cool.
Yeah. So I just like things in color. This world's in color. Everything needs to be in color.
Nice.
That's just how it is.
And the colorist does a great job as well. I was looking at the shadows on the faces. I mean, the art's brilliant here. Lovely.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Welcome.
The three of us working together, we've really hit our stride. So Brian Dawson will rough out my panels for me, and so he takes the script that I write, and he lays out the page for me, and then he'll do these kind of like they're rough, but like a little more than stick figures, not quite stick figures, and but he hits the camera angles and stuff for me, and it has a great look to it. And then I go over and do the pencils and inks, and then I send them to Patrick, and he throws the color down. And we're to the point now that once we're working on a book together, I don't have to tell them to change anything.
Cool.
It's it's well oiled, and
oh yeah. Altogether, you guys have a really complete professional package.
Thank you, appreciate that. Yeah,
professional package. Sorry, I just had to throw that in there.
With a whole carton of eggs.
If you're gonna throw them my way,
I always have a hard time, when we talk about the catch-up tiers, as like catch-up package. I always call them a package, and I'm like, catch-up package.
Catch-up package!
Mustard package, or whatever. But yeah.
Minibus package! Sorry.
Minibus. Now, I was going to say, I can do a large bust, but I'm hand painting these things. And I've got still a bit of paralysis in my left hand.
Oh.
So it takes me longer to grasp and to do things like painting and doing the finish. So we're doing a limited number of the mini bust. And so the main tier for the mini bust, they're PLA printed, and then I finish them. And then we've got an add-on mini bust that's going to be done in resin. They're a little more expensive, but they're done in resin, and then I finish them. And then you could also just download as an add-on the STL files, so you can print these yourself if you want to, and have a blast with them. So you can print them as large as you want. You don't have to do a faux finish like I'm doing. You can, paint and airbrush the body, which I had been working on one prior to getting sick, and it was turning out really, really good. And so maybe I can go back and do that. Hopefully by the time we get to the next campaign, we'll have the legs for Trash Man done. And so we'll actually have a full statue of Trash Man. And down the road, we're going to add Chlorine and Bone and the other characters with bases that interlock, so you can have a whole diorama of the Hybrids crew right there on your desk or your shelf if you want. So yeah, we're looking forward to that. It's fun. I would have had that done already last year, but I don't know. Somebody had to take an extended nap.
Somebody sneezed on you, right?
Yes, I snoozed on. I snoozed on the project.
No, not snooze. Sneezed.
Sneezed, yeah. But I did. I snoozed on the project. I was, so it was. But it's nice to try to get things going again. We're also going to release a full RPG this year. As an add-on, we have the quick play of the RPG that Nick Tockard developed for this universe. He has the work finished now, and it's in the process of being edited so that we can get all the pages together. And so we'll be releasing a hardback version of the core rules so that you can build your own hybrid in the next, hopefully next few months.
Nice. Nice.
I like that.
Well, 14-year-old Luke used to hang out on Wednesdays at the comic book shop, waiting for looking at the new books that just came out, and buying our, new sets of dice. I don't know how many sets of dice I bought over the years, but reading the comics, and then we'd plan to go to one of our friends' houses and play RPGs all night long, eat pizza, Surge back then, have Surge and Funyuns, and that was my life. And back then I always wanted to have my own story, my own comic, where I had a role-playing game with it, so that I could read the comic, but then also play the characters or play other characters with it. And I thought, man, that would just be so much fun to have that. And it was something I just always wanted. And I made it. Now I have it. So, and it turns out that other people want that stuff too. So, as much as I make it for me, I make it for you too. So, it's fun.
Yeah. Cool.
Very cool. So Dave has very kindly posted the link in the chat to Hybrid.
Thank you, Dave.
Oh, I tell you what, we've got a trailer to watch. So let me bring this back up.
Oh, I'll go get popcorn.
Go on.
Act quick. It's not very long. That's what she said.
The Sons of God. In this highly acclaimed series, descendants of the ancient gods face off against a celestial threat. Our heroes begin to converge at the Stardust Hotel, where a deadly ambush awaits. Who will be the first to fall on the killing field? fast-paced adventure where a Chris Claremont-era X-Men meets ancient aliens. Elements of drama, horror, and humor tell a well-crafted story. Complex character dynamics come into play as average people face unspeakable evil while learning to live with their newfound powers. Referred to as the X-Men I wanted to read, it is worth diving into the Hybrid universe now. With plenty of ways to get started at any budget, you can get your copy of Hybrids today, only on Indiegogo.
Nice. That comment, what was that comment? As gentle as a...
Gentle as a mountain stream and as relaxing as a fatty. Thank you. I like that. I appreciate it.
What does that mean?
So
You don't know what a fatty is, Rob.
I know what it means. Come on.
Oh, okay. No, I'm with you. I'm with you now.
Yeah. So,
Rob can come down. Yeah.
no. This voice is a product of having been on the vent for too long. My vocal cords got damaged. So yeah, now I have this sweet ASMR voice. Yeah. Which, here's the funny, I have a very dry and sarcastic, almost dark sense of humor. And I'm a goofy guy, so before I could have that kind of sense of humor and people understood that I was just being goofy, they understood I was just being silly. But now with this voice, they have a hard time knowing that, so it's like, I just come across as a sometimes just like a raging douchebag, and I don't mean to. I don't mean to. It's like, I am joking. I'm just being a bit silly, but you can't tell with this voice. It's
you should be doing like 3 a.m. radio.
Yeah, or like jazz radio.
I need to get this in for selfish reasons. Bernd Scriber in the chat made this book, Niven's War, and when I spoke to him before, he was looking for someone to do an audio book of it. Now, if you narrate the story, I will buy that as well. Because that's a sick voice. I'm massively jealous.
Yeah, I have. I've had other people do voiceover work for me because this is not the voice for an action trailer by any means. But yeah,
it's more like, okay, everybody, grab your cocoa.
Grab your cocoa. Yeah.
Because
sit back and relax because this is going to be a journey. It's going to be a journey.
We're going to journey into hell and back.
Yeah. Now, I do have international shipping. I want to let everybody know I am sending out international. I wish to the good Lord Almighty above that I could lower the cost of international shipping. But I have a few tricks, and I want to let your audience know these tricks. I don't broadcast them. So here's what I do. I send your books in my Gemini mailer, but I put it in a bag. And so there's a bubble wrap bag that goes around it, okay? And that then lowers the cost of shipping. Now it's a bag price. It's called box in bag shipping, okay? Lowers the cost. But the other thing, to lower the VAT tax for people, here's what I do. I don't give the value of the tier. I give the value of the reprint.
Yeah.
So like if you would order one with a bust, it costs me for materials to do that very little. So I charge it like $1 or $0 for that.
Yeah.
Because it's, because I can make another one of those in the bulk that I do them in. It's just time. It's loads and loads of time.
But everyone outside of the UK, just send it as a gift.
Yeah.
And it's free for us to get it. Not free for postage, obviously, but
yeah. But so those are some of the tricks that I do to lower for customs and things like that, to lower the cost. But then the other thing that I do is I find out I weigh it, and I take it up to that just as much as I can, and I pack extras in there for all of my international backers. They get extras for jumping on board and having to pay extra. So that's what I do because I'm grateful, especially when anyone that's outside of the U.S. Gets behind the project. gets behind the story. I appreciate it so
What
much.
is the cost of international postage?
I believe I have it set at 25 worldwide.
That's not too bad.
Yeah, so I mean it washes out. Some places, are maybe 17 or 18, but with the packing and stuff it goes up, and then other places are, 30 or 40, but
Yeah,
it
just sort of balances out.
it balances out.
the
Yeah,
run,
yeah, and yeah, sometimes it eats into my profits a little bit, but what's most important for me is getting the book out to people, getting the story in people's hands. I'm really passionate about it and these characters. Been living with them for a while, and I really think that if you get a hold of it, that you're gonna connect with it, because I try to have somebody like a character that everybody can connect with in some way, and I've gotten a lot of feedback. It's mostly been positive. I had one guy said he didn't like the art, and I'm like, well, art is subjective. I get it. I'm not mad at you. Um, but most people that have read the story and actually gotten involved have become diehard fans with it, and so I really
Just
want to
while
get
I
the book in people's
remember,
hands.
sorry, another trick in my job of smuggling shit through customs. If your book doesn't have nudity, swearing, or bloody gore, violence, mark it as a children's book, and it's completely VAT tax free.
Oh, really?
No.
Yeah.
Well, then that fits, because I do have violence, but it's not. It's not.
Like,
It's not gory.
It's not gory. Yeah.
Just like, I think you're allowed a bit, but not like a horror book.
Yeah.
Like, that ain't getting through.
Yeah. No. I try to do this, but I try to keep this book where it's a T rating, but barely a T rating. In fact, Randy Zimmerman, my publisher, he prefers that I don't put a rating on the outside of the book at all. He's like, no, he goes, it's not bad enough for a rating at all, and it limits who can, who might be able to get involved with it, especially what kids are learning these days. Now it's like, third graders are learning about sexuality and stuff like that. I'm not teaching that.
Yeah.
I'm teaching that crap.
Third graders are telling the parents what a reach around is.
Oh Lord.
What school did you go to, Rob?
Hold on, because Rob's a teacher.
It was the PE teacher. It's always the PE teacher.
Always the PE teacher. Or if you're in Catholic school.
Oh, let's not go there.
What was that question?
Goose pitched me a book idea the other day, and Goose from the chat. It was most definitely not a children's book.
Was it a bit like your Snow White story in Twisted Fairy Tales?
But I'll give you a hint. It was a collaboration effort between Goose and Mrs. Chubb. So.
Oh God!
Oh my good God! That's gonna be. I'm gonna need a shower after reading that shit.
Does someone end up with egg on their face?
I'm guessing so. Yeah, Dave very kindly in the chat. Does anyone want to employ me? Now I'm getting sacked for tax evasion. I'm not getting sacked for tax evasion. If anything, I'll get a raise.
He's getting a raise.
Corporate, baby.
Dude, like Jacobus' biggest subscriber is Jacob Rees-Mogg.
Exactly. That's who I work for.
Yeah, but to clarify, the idea was a really good idea, and I would 100% read that book, but it was totally filth. So
totally filth. It's like I'm not normally into like kind of books like that, but Rich, his book Roach Balls.
Yeah,
I definitely backed that one. I'm like, this is.
Did you watch it last week? Oh God, yeah, that was.
He's going to be so. I do a show on at 9 a.m. Thursday morning Eastern my time. So yeah, it's like almost 4 o'clock here in Florida where I live. But at 9 a.m. on Thursdays I do a show called Nerd Bacon, where we talk basically the same crap that all these other shows talk, but it's we're goofy, we're silly, and we do a it's what I call safe for work. So we try to keep everything safe for work. Now we've got Rich coming on in a couple of weeks, and I'm actually going to show his trailer. But I've downloaded it, and I'm editing it. So I'm covering up anything that can't be shown with our little Nerd Bacon logo mascot. Uh, 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 what's his name? Crispy, Chris P. Bacon, and so Chris P. will be on anything that can't be shown, and then I'm putting a beep in, or maybe even like a goat scream, ah, over every thing that is a foul word, and so
here we go.
yes, that, and so the point is, it's not going to take away from his trailer. It's going to be still safe for work, but it's going to be hilarious because there's so much that is not safe for work in that trailer, which I think will actually probably bring even more attention to his book by us trying to do that, trying to keep it clean. But yes, I'm looking forward to it. But yes, I try to do a lot of safe for work stuff.
Right, let me just do this for you, and then you can like cut this out of the show later, okay? And then you can insert it over the.
Perfect. There we go. We'll sound clip that later.
I was out of the room for like 20 seconds then, so I have no idea.
It's not that important.
You don't know at this point.
Maybe
should we have a quick look over this long shots stuff?
We should.
Get back
Nice.
on track just a smidge.
Long shots, yes. Okay. So before I got sick, so I guess a lot of people, maybe your audience doesn't know. In August last year, I got sick with COVID. I got the Delta variant. Actually, a few weeks after I made a very tasteless joke about the Delta variant, where do I get that cover? Karma and all, So I got the Delta variant, and it darn near killed me. So on August 30th, I after being in the hospital for a week and a half, almost 2 weeks, nearly 2 weeks actually. No, it was over 2 weeks. They intubated me, and they put me in an induced coma. And prior to that, I'd been working with Liberty Distribution, and we thought that we had this major distribution deal going out through Liberty to Spencer's Gifts. We thought they were taking a chance on some indie books and trying to replicate what they did at Walmart in a test market of about 60 stores with some indie books, but trying to do it right, trying to be more effective with it. And so there was supposed to be 9 titles being set into 60 stores across the East Coast. And then in the last minute, we found out that it wasn't 60 stores. They wanted to go ahead and go national, and they wanted, instead of just 2,000 copies to spread amongst the 60 stores, they wanted 17,500 units of each book, which would have been a major payday. So, we were told that corporate saw the books. They really liked it. They thought that they could sell these because there's 9 amazing titles here, with creators that have been working hard in the trenches for a while. And so these are stories that aren't just one-off, one issues. They're long-running series. And, and we knew that Arrow Comics, which is my publisher now, had 4 titles, Hybrids being one of them, and a few others. And Randy Zimmerman has been in the business for a very long time. And so we're like, okay, maybe they've heard about him and what we're doing there. And, we have Anthony Figueroa and Marcus with God's Hand in there. And I mean, we just have, Russ Leach has a book in there, and he did the art for another book that's in there. I mean, just great stuff. So we're really excited about it. And so I went to sleep thinking that, okay, well, if I die, which I was told that I had about a 5% chance of making it, I was, that my family would at least be be taken care of because I had these books ready to go. Nearly all of them were ready, and I had set up to where another artist would finish the work that I hadn't done, and my editor would finish writing the last book. And so I was like, okay, so 12 issues, they're set, 17,500 units of these books each month. That's that's a payday like I've never seen for comics, right? And I wake up to find out that the whole thing was a farce. That we had been grifted in a major way. And so we'd already printed the first issue. And so we up-printed from 2,000 to 3,000 units because we needed extra copies to sell at conventions and to put into specialty shops, the local comic book shops. And so now we're sitting on 3,000 copies of each one of these books. Mm-hmm. And so what we did is we decided to put together the best deal in Comicsgate. You get 9 books. Each one has 35 interior pages, more than 250 pages of content. You get them. They are printed, beautifully printed, and they are sitting in a warehouse that we have the key to. Randy has gone and put hands on books. He has seen them himself. We've got them, so no worries about Liberty, and all that kind of stuff. They're in the creator's hands now, and we're doing 25 books we're doing 9 books for $25 plus shipping. And you're not going to find a better deal than that, I don't think. And it's like a tapas of comics, indie comics. There's a little bit of everything in there, from horror to voodoo stuff. You've got superhero, you've got kind of kid-friendly stuff in there, anthropomorphic stuff, and just all kinds of stuff. And that's my dog barking, so I apologize about that. But
hang on, let me just say, meow.
Yeah.
I got a response.
Also point out that it's 9 books for £19, just to make it sound even better.
Yeah, $25 but £19.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I forgot to give the the conversion.
So yeah, that's like £20 for 9 books.
Yeah,
you're not getting better. Like mainstream costs more than that. They're like £4 or £5 a book now, aren't they?
Yeah.
Sure.
Mainstream book is averaging just under £5 at the moment. So.
Yeah, you're not going to find a better deal than this.
Not at all.
We've already unlocked a first stretch goal at $4,000 US dollars. That is, we unlocked the a print that Anthony Figueroa drew. That is that everybody's going to get. So everyone's going to get the print. And I'll be honest with you, we do have one tier that people think is a joke. It is not a joke. It's that very last tier.
Yeah.
The Spencer's Executive Experience. So we will. It includes rental car, place to stay. We take you out to dinner. But the creators.
Wait, does it include flights for us?
Well, yeah, we'll fly you over. Yeah, we'll fly over.
Oh yeah, why not? Indeed, yeah.
We'll fly over. But you get to hang out with the creators. Most of us, if not all of us, we'll show up. We'll give you the tour of the. You get. So I mean, the tier says it all. You get 1 rental car economy, 3-day luxury motel, bug spray and dewormer provided, 1 voucher for an Italian lunch, a guided tour of the Spencer's corporate office parking lot with a promise of going inside. That will never materialize because that's what happened to us. And a voucher for a sawhorse ride at the Texas Roadhouse right down the street. And finally, a tour of the comic book shop basement. And so that is what they call the Egg Harbor Deluxe Package. But included in that, on the Raging 2 network, Daphne Lage and Nita Lanning have a vlog, and they will dedicate their entire vlog to you to talk about whatever it is, just to get to know the person that drops that much money to help support this group of creators that got grifted so hard. But yeah, we'll hang out with you, and you'll get some extras and some free stuff, and it'll be a good time. It'll be a lot of fun. But we'll all come up on our dime to to hang out with you. So it
If I was
sounds like a joke.
I'd drop that straight away. Like,
Yeah.
boom, there you go.
Yeah,
Let's go.
it sounds like a joke. It is not a joke. It is 100% real. We will follow through on that one.
It just sounds fun to just hang out with you, to be honest.
Yeah.
Well, think about it. You get to hang out. So me, I bring the. I'm there for confession afterwards.
Okay.
So yeah. So
In nomine Patri Filii et Spiritus
Yeah.
Sancti.
Yeah, that's what the Reverend's there for, And then, but you get to hang out. Randy Zimmerman, who's been in the business since the '80s, making comic books and publishing independent comic books with Arrow Comics and others. You get Anthony Figueroa and Marcus. I mean, come on, two great guys in CG, just amazing. J.D. Calderon, who's been publishing books for a Coon's age, however long that really is. And I mean, J.D. Calderon and J.D. Rosario, both J.D.s will most likely be there. And so, yeah, you'll get to hang out with them, and it'll be fun. It'll be a good time.
Very cool.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna hit the trailer, and then we're gonna move on to the Eggy game.
Right on, Eggy. Eggy.
Prepare to get egg. What are you saying?
I don't know what Jacobus is
just
doing.
thought I was really hoping this was going to be like an Ocean's 11 trailer. Like a big heist type thing. That'd have been awesome.
It kind of is. We're making fun of all that stuff. Gotta laugh at ourselves. We got duped hook, line, and sinker, man. We normally we sniff it out, but we were all pretty good friends with Varian, and we thought that nah, he's not lying about all this. And
that's hard. That's really hard.
Yeah.
it was hard, to lose the promise of money, and all that. But out of it, we lost some friends because of this thing too. So,
Sure.
the value of, and Meredith Logren, who is a good friend of mine, and I was able to give her first published work in comics. She spent the last year of her life promoting Liberty and trying to build the brand for the release with Spencer's. And it turns out that was all fake. And she passed away recently. She'd gotten cancer and wound up passing away from a blood clot to the brain. And so the last year of her life was wasted on promoting a lie instead of working on her own work and building her own legacy. So,
That's
yeah, the cost of this was a lot more than just some printed books. And it was.
Did they give you any reason why the hell they did this? Was it just to spite somebody, or what? Or was it just a mistake on their part?
No, I believe it was. We think it was clout. We think that it was clout. That he was going for some legitimacy, like building some legitimacy in the process. And we haven't really been able to figure out the true meaning behind it. We did find out on B Rose's stream that once the fudge got called out, he's like, oh well, there's a third party company involved. We had never heard of a third party company. In fact, he said that it was a friend of his that worked at Spencer's that wanted to do the deal, and that he wanted to do it before, but Varian didn't have creators that could meet the demand, and that now that he knows some guys that could meet the demand, let's get involved with this deal. And so I mean, it was just, I've learned in the course of the last few months, it's just been lie compounded upon lie upon lie, and I can't really figure out the motivation, but compulsive liars and con men don't necessarily need a lot of motivation. I'm finding out. So
have you hit a lot of the comic book stores to like the nationwide comic. I mean, in the US, of course, maybe Canada as well. The comic book stores to say, look, we've got a surplus. Would you be interested in a package of?
Yeah, we are actually working on that, Rob. We are. It's part of our process. We all have contact with comic shops, and so we're working on trying to, work out a really good price for retailers. So if there's retailers out there listening right now, you want 9 great books, we will work out a package with you so that you can get these books set up in your store. And the best part about this is every creator and publisher that's involved with this has issue 2s and 3s and stuff ready to go. I'm crowdfunding issue 8 right now. So you're getting the remastered retail version of issue 1 with this. But you're also getting, but again, you're getting a taste of some great IPs. There's Oswald, which is a story about a mouse, that magical mouse that goes around with a sword, fighting stuff. A cool little story. I mean, there's a lot of cool stuff there. One of my favorite ones is Hero Bot Zero. Randy Zimmerman does this. It's about a little 3-foot tall robot that fights giant monsters, but he only does it on the clock, and he demands hazard pay. Yeah.
Is he unionized?
Yeah, well, he'd like to be. He'd like to be. Yeah. So there's a lot of humor to it.
Who does the distribution on this campaign?
We are. We are.
I mean,
We're all
does one person send them all out, or is it like different people send out?
Oh no, it's all getting sent out from one location.
Yeah, because you got one warehouse, right?
Yeah, we're actually meeting in June. That's a month for fulfillment on this campaign, because we're also running a companion sister campaign on Kickstarter for those people that refuse to back on Indiegogo, because not all of the creators are Comicsgate involved in this. Some of us are, some of us are not, and so their backers have, want to go with Kickstarter. So we're doing a Kickstarter for that reason, but we'll ship everything out. We're meeting in June. I think it's the second week of June. I've got it. My wife is taking care of travel plans, so we'll be going up there. And we're all meeting and packaging boxes, signing books, and getting everything ready to go. And so we'll have everything ready over the course of 3 days, everything printed and ready to go. Well, everything is printed, but all the prints and things like that, and ship them out. So you should be seeing them end of June, beginning of July.
Oh, yeah. Should we finish the 45 seconds of this trailer?
Yeah. Maybe drag it back to 0-0. Yeah. What's the...
Nice.
We are the long shots. You can see there's some beautiful art on those pages. Sure. The stories are good and compelling. Yeah, definitely take a chance. If you're wondering whether or not to take a chance on hybrids, I get that, but you can definitely take a chance on that, and you get the first taste of hybrids on that too. But I appreciate you saying that. We're making the most of it. You take lemons, you make lemonade. You use that duck fertilizer. That duck crap that gets dumped on you. Use it for fertilizer. We're growing something good out of it.
How many times have you said crap today? I'm keeping a tally.
Well, by the end of the day, it's going to be in the hundreds probably.
Well, everybody is saying the art is fantastic for
Thank you.
Your very own book and for the long shots.
Thank you. I appreciate you.
You ain't seen shit until you see the
When you say you ain't seen...
Ooh.
when you say you ain't seen shit,
you ain't seen shit, mate.
That says everything.
That is like the world's best artist. Any Dave.
Let's just say there's a reason I'm a writer and not an artist.
I used to call myself an artist/writer because I thought, art was my strong suit until I really got into writing and started writing stories. And I realized that I'm probably a bit better at writing than I am at art. And so now I'm a writer/artist. And one of these days, I hope to be El Conquistador.
Yeah, I was going to say, how would you like merge the two words together so you could pronounce them all at once? That's
a artist. A artist.
Like
yeah.
Something like that.
An arter.
Yeah. An arter. Yeah.
The word is rightist. It confuses the liberals.
See, there's a lot that confuses the liberals. If we try to do everything to not confuse liberals, we wouldn't get anything done.
What? So,
I mean, to be fair, we don't get a lot done anyway.
Well,
That's fair.
It's been the Easter weekend, so hey, that's my excuse.
And what do we like to do on Easter weekend? We like to
eat chocolate eggs.
Artwork on eggs.
This is not bad.
What's that, Rob?
I'm trying to get this at a all right. No,
that's like a really weird butt plug.
Is that eggs and bacon?
There.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
That's an egg with a top hat.
There is like hair.
And glasses.
Okay, so here's my question: which 1970s fashion icon is this egg?
Rob, I think he was the only one of us alive in the 70s.
Go on, answers on a postcard.
We don't do postcards anymore, Rob. It's all email now.
I know. Trying to do this so there's not too much shine.
The only person I know from history with a big hat was Abe Lincoln and him, because he didn't have sunglasses.
Okay, we'll do the 20 questions. It's female.
Oh,
that's
it's female.
not female.
Well, I know, but like I actually wanted to go down and get some strands of wool, but I was like, no, I can't be bothered to go down.
Fashion icon from the 70s.
Madonna.
Yeah. No. The 70s? Come on.
She was the 80s.
80s, totally.
Marilyn Monroe?
No.
With a top hat. Annie Lennox.
Was it your mum, Rob?
Shut up. You'll kick yourselves. She split up the Beatles.
Yoko.
Oh gosh, Yoko Ono.
Yoko Ono.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Can we quit Rob?
Yoko Ono.
Can we get rid of Rob?
She's
So
she was a fashion icon?
There we go. Is that problem solved?
Yeah.
There we go.
It's only a matter of time.
I'm back.
Yeah. So, growing up, I was born in 1980. So I was growing up in the 80s and 90s. When I fell in love with the Beatles, learning all about all of that. And the first time I saw Yoko, I was like, what the heck was he thinking? She's hideous. Like, she's probably the most ugly woman I've ever seen in my life. And I mean, I've seen some ugly women.
This is recorded for all eternity, right?
I care. Cancel me, I dare you. Dare you. Just try. See, here's what happens. When you come close to death and then you don't die, you're like, everything else like, yeah, come at me. I don't care.
Puts it all into perspective.
It really does. It's like...
And then you see Dave's artwork and you wish it
down. Whoa. Hang on. Are you guys drawing already?
I'm not. I'm waiting for this. I'm waiting for
No,
the bell to
me
ring.
too. I could see Aria.
hasn't explained
I've
the
got a
game.
naked egg.
I was getting a head start. Okay, dudes.
I've only got
Got
one.
eggs.
I've only got one egg. I don't have two.
I got 2 eggs.
Okay. Dave has got paper because you didn't understand the task.
I thought it was a Sunday.
All white.
And
For that
I feel like
Aryan.
Jack understood the task and did it wrong anyway. Okay, so
Okay.
I was going to go ahead and just let's draw whatever character you want. Just make it creative out of an egg.
Oh right, okay. I thought he was going to
Right.
spin the wheel or
fair enough.
something. And I'm like,
Yeah, I would do that, but I haven't cracked the
It
wheel.
was a spin.
Well,
You got a
You
wheel?
haven't got a wheel?
I'm not happy.
Oh, I'm out of here.
you can't even fake pretend that you have a wheel.
yeah,
I
we've
mean,
got to have
if I
some
really
sort of
need to go for a
direction here
whiz.
because otherwise we're
I
just going to be
can-
doing
Ooh.
random shit.
Graphic Goose with a win. Had an egg, but now it's on his face.
Nah.
Nice.
Okay.
It all comes back.
I'll tell you what, Goose, give us 5 suggestions and each one of us will draw one. But be quick about it because otherwise you got dead air.
Yeah. So
So I think it's
does
better.
this have to be an original character? Does it have to be- can it be-
Drawing mine.
Marvel or DC? Are we, a certain time period? What are we doing here? Is this like a historical figure that we
Let's all
consider a
draw
hero?
Dave.
Let's all draw Dave. He already
It's
kind of
not
looks like
actually
an
gone.
My head's already egg shaped. It's not.
egg.
That's why I can't go bold because if I do, I will look like a fucking egg. It's terrible.
You might not.
No, I would. I've shaved my head once and it wasn't good.
Yeah. Okay. So, Luke, I'm going to challenge you to draw one of your characters from hybrids.
Okay, I can do that.
Okay.
No problem.
I'll do
No
the
problem.
same. I'm going to do Taylor's. Dave, what characters do you have? You've got the gingerbread man. Or do you care to debut Smiter in egg form?
Oh, yes. Do it.
I can give it a try. I don't think it worked well. Let's give it a try. Let's see what happens.
And,
All right, I'm back in the room. Right, so we can do any character we want. Oh, I got my camera on.
Don't you just love the new music loops for StreamYard?
Yeah, that's Aria's porn music.
I really wish
you
they
know.
would let us upload our own ones, though, because I would just upload the argument theme too.
Shit. Bargain bin! Bargain bin!
God, could you imagine that being on loop for 20 minutes?
Oh, hang on. Are you saying you don't like our music?
No, I would never say things like that.
Good man.
That's offensive.
But
Correct
Totally
answer.
can, because
Correct
every
answer.
Tuesday morning when I go into work, it's all I can think of is the argument theme.
You know, every once in a while I'll be like out walking, just walking, and I'll be like, bargain bin, bargain bin.
You know what, guys? I don't think eggs are going to replace Bristol board anytime soon.
No, not a chance. Not a chance.
But we are pioneers on this channel. We won't let a little thing like a curved canvas stop us.
I bet they're
I'm glad it's hard-boiled.
What if Dave unlocks his forte here? What if egg art is his thing?
Egg art.
That would be awesome, actually. Could you imagine being the birthplace of someone's new muse?
Did anyone boil their eggs?
I do have a boiled egg.
Are you painting a raw egg and hoping it doesn't split on you?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Then he would have egg on his face.
Yeah, and on his desk.
I have just learned that I can't draw a circle.
That wouldn't be the first time.
Like, how many years did it take you to figure that out?
And my question is, would that be the
really-
first time he's had egg on his desk?
I'm not even gonna go there.
Okay.
I'm not gonna touch that with a 10-foot badge
Quite
pole.
honestly, I don't blame you.
Well, are you going to touch it with, like?
A 15-foot badge pole.
Attaboy.
There you go.
Get stuck in.
That's what she said.
She regretted it.
I love a good "that's what she said" joke. You know,
No, eh?
on account of The Office, the U.S. version. I did watch the UK version of The Office, and I thought it was equally as funny.
I mean, I like. Oh God, what's his name? Damn, I've blanked on his. No,
Ricky Gervais.
Ricky Gervais. Thank you very much. Yeah, I mean, I like Ricky Gervais, but I've seen The Office, the British Office, a few times, and I'm like, it's all right. Like Extras, I found Extras so much better. Have you seen that then, Luke?
I have not.
Oh man, you're in for a treat with Extras. That's also Ricky Gervais.
Okay, I will check that out. I do. Ricky and I, we don't agree on matters of faith by any stretch of the imagination. But I'll be honest with you,
that should be.
he's still a funny guy.
Yeah, for
You know,
sure.
I still find his humor humorous. So.
He is still my pick for Oscar host, I think.
Oh yes.
He's been the best one.
I thought Chris Rock was doing a good job until he got smacked.
Will Smith being a little bitch.
Yeah. I feel bad for Will Smith. That guy's been cucked for so long. He just like.
He has. That woman is mentally and like
she's destroyed him.
Like horribly.
Yeah, she has totally destroyed him.
Theory Easter conversation.
Hey, men's mental health is a very important thing.
It is, I agree.
Every time of the year, not just when the UN decides. Fuck the UN.
I love the fact that Dave always brings up the UN.
Yeah, they're a bunch of cunts. Sorry. But no, they are. One day a year, International Men's Day. The one day a year, I'm going to take the microphone right now. One day a year that they could have drawn attention to male suicide, to male depression, to anything that bothers men. And what they do, they put one tweet out.
Oh God.
Well done to all the men that are allies for women on International Men's Day.
Yeah.
You can go fuck yourself, UN.
They don't like women.
Screw your agendas. And happy Easter to everyone.
I mean, look at what they've, what they did. Instead of, addressing the fact that Will Smith has serious mental health issues because of what this woman has done to him, he's completely canceled. I mean, we've watched his entire career crumble right in front of everybody, and it's sad.
Well, by his own admission, I mean, his father played a part in that. His father was an abuser as well, and he's gone on record as saying that. So,
yeah,
fair. I mean, like, it's not all the work of one person. It's
it's not. Yeah,
a multitude of people.
Yeah,
but
a lot of people helped to it.
She's the one who's caused a lot of problems more recently in his life.
Yeah, but you can't. Instead of talk about.
Jada's just a bitch. She's just a bitch.
Yeah, instead of talk about the mental health issues and the ways to address mental health in America, and especially among men, they just ignore it, and I disagree with how this stuff has been handled. I'm with you on that one, Dave.
Yeah.
And I'm not in the UK.
Yeah, there's a reason male suicide is essentially more than females. There's a reason for it.
Yeah.
And it's not toxic masculinity before anyone pipes up with that bollocks.
Oh, yeah.
Rob, stop being toxically masculine. I can't take it.
I know. I can't help it. I'm just so butch.
I'm okay with being, if people want to call what I am at least I'm masculine.
Yeah.
I'm a lumberjack and I'm okay. I sleep all night and I work all day. I wear high heels.
What? Come again?
That's quite an interesting lumberjack. It's not very appropriate.
I'd like to be the girlie just like my dear papa.
Well.
I've had an interesting time.
Right. Now you're starting to sound like one of those Canadian Mounties.
Don't you know that's like a classic Monty Python sketch?
Yes, I love Monty Python. So my son, it's very funny. He early on started watching YouTubers, especially Minecraft YouTubers. And there was this one, I can't even remember his name, but he was very British. And I noticed my son would pick up on British phrases and say them, you know. So in our house, it's we use the phrase, you know, like, well, that's like that. Oh, that's a proper tea or something like that, you know. Where most people's like, oh, well, that's a good one, you know. We say proper. Just kind of weird things like that we picked up on. And a lot of from him watching these YouTube videos, and it cracks me up.
It is hard drawing 2D on an egg on a curved surface.
Well, I'm trying to make it textured like I do when I color a piece. I'm actually trying to texture this thing, and I think I'm.
To apologize for mine right now.
I think I'm failing terribly.
You did, didn't you? You drew Luke. Well, looks.
Yeah, that's a good one.
I expected it to be so much better than it was, and it just was not.
Yeah, like I said, Jet, there's a reason me and you aren't artists, mate.
You went all out with the different brushes you used there, and
no, it's
well
all
done
the
for
one
trying.
brush. Just different colours.
Okay. All right, guys, we're getting there.
I'm done with my excellent draw.
Quack, quack, quack.
Oh, you got mini egg.
Waka waka.
It's a bit late. It's like 25 to 9 there. 25 to 10, rather.
Actually.
Have you wrote who that is, Dave?
Yeah.
I wanted to guess who it was, but I don't want to see her name.
Cover it up. If Ari wants to make me big, I can show mine now.
alright, nice to do.
Touch him in the right place.
Make him big.
Can I say Excelsior?
No. Well, I started drawing my original character and then I stopped. So he's Smiter Omelette.
I kind of started out with a lot of detail, and I've kind of abandoned that now. I'm like, you know what? This is an egg. I'm gonna crack it and eat it as soon as we're done here.
Eat that thing.
I'm gonna eat the egg. And put it in a salad.
My Luke Stone egg looks like it comes straight out of South Park.
Yeah,
It does actually.
Totally, it looks like the crazy scientist. Who is Eric Codman's mom? No, who is Eric Codman's father?
Is it me?
The San Francisco
Yeah.
49ers?
I actually like the South Park version of me. Okay.
Alright.
Drugs are bad. Okay.
Shane and Sullivan just arrived. He wants to know what's going on. Shane, we're drawing and decorating eggs for Easter. And Thing Killer says the Wokesville trailer came out today. The MCU is coming together.
Have you guys watched the
I
full
did
trailer?
watch the trailer. I'll be honest, I kind of liked it, but then I went on Twitter and people ruined it for me.
Everybody hated it. I was like, I liked it, and they hated it.
Yeah, no, you're not. But like all the people that are like trying to own Chris Pratt because there was a little scene between Thor and like Chris where like they were saying, "Oh yeah, Thor loves Chris." I'm like, no, it's a bromance. It's different.
Yeah,
Like,
I'm a big fan of Chris Pratt, by the way.
Me and Jacobus, or me and Rob, or me and Ara, we all get on very well, you know?
Yes.
None of us are gay for each other. Well, unless the other guys haven't told me.
Now
Well,
you tell
Dave,
me.
this is going to be the show where we told you. This was all an elaborate pickup.
It's all just in my pants, you dirty cunts. Lot of you.
So you can get a good yoke in.
Go get some fanny, you'll be fine. I don't like this zoomed in look on Rob's chin.
I'm trying to make it less shiny. Right.
What, your chin?
No, your mama.
Gosh, the gauntlet has been thrown.
Grandad's had his shave it today.
What? That was a bit fucking rude. That was.
There we go. There we go. Hey!
You ain't having none of my cock. Fuck you.
See you later,
Can't
Mal.
see it
Have
now,
a good
Rob.
one.
Too shiny.
Oh, has he made rattle?
Yep.
Look at this.
Go on,
Stuff
make me
the shame if
big.
that fell on the floor.
Make me big. But wait, there's more.
He's got roll on the other side as well. That's sick.
Hey.
Hey, very cool, Rob.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Yeah, I had to like play around with the light because otherwise it's just too shiny.
I'll show you mine in a second.
That's what she said. So, just in case anybody wanted to know what color my eyes were.
That's awfully Aryan.
It's not a Hurrian.
Rob,
Rob, we've
to
talked
stay
about
away.
it.
Whoa. What has Goose written there? Keep off Dave's mum, Rob. She's too young for you. Wow.
You might actually be older than my mother.
No,
So why are you
years
hanging
ago.
about with people like me? Huh?
I know, right? I know.
Grandpa Rob.
Dirty
It's
old
a
Peter.
question it's a question I
Dirty
ask
old
myself
Peter. Dirty
every
old
week.
Peter. Rob's
Oi,
a
oi,
Peter.
oi, oi.
Rob's a Peter.
Okay.
Oi!
Oh, very nice.
There you go. There
I
you
made
go.
playlist and I made
I actually just.
Spinny.
Vinny!
Hey, not bad. Not bad.
Someone
at
needs to
all.
record a video of making it like an omelette or something like that, or frying these.
Yeah.
Oh, yes. Omelette goes next.
Actually
Harry,
just
have you
turned,
had a hair? Oh, whoa. What do we got?
I turned him into bone.
That's your
Yeah. Teleporting guy.
wicked.
That's
Some hair there. It's very shiny. I see what you're talking about.
Yeah,
I'm calling it
shiny,
the
huh?
eggs. Being shiny. Hold my hand up.
Your eggs are white, man.
Dude, I prepared this whole paint palette for this. I was gonna go with proper artistic, and then I realized I can't draw on eggs.
It's not easy, that's for sure.
It's totally not easy, yeah.
I wondered why they didn't sell eggs in the art shop. Very cool, very cool.
That's a lot of fun.
You can get rid of that music now. And say congratulations, dude, because your campaigns, you're kicking ass. So, and they look brilliant.
Thank you.
Deservedly
Appreciate that.
so.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, they're
Bring
coming
it up.
along really nicely. And I have not decided whether or not I'm going to extend my campaign to a full 60 days or not.
Might as well.
But
Oh, this is just the first 30 days.
yeah, well, first 35.
Oh.
I did 35 days to start out with. So I have 14 days left on the first
Absolutely.
35. So I can extend it another 25. But, quite honestly, there's a lot of energy that I don't have coming back from, kind of this COVID thing. And if I'm making the decision today, I'm not extending. But if I can keep up if I can, kind of find another stride to this, I'll be able to. I'll probably extend it, but because I want to make sure we get it in as many hands as possible, humanly possible. So I really believe in the story. I think everybody, if you get it, you'll like it. I'm almost willing to offer a refund if people get it and don't like it. That's how much I believe in it. Yeah.
I'm sure there are people in CG and outside of CG that'd be more than willing to give you a helping hand if you felt like you needed it. So don't worry about that.
Yeah, I've had a lot of people. They've stepped up and say, "Hey, let me know how I can help promote," and things like that. A couple of them I might take them up on, like, hit streams for me, because I can't do them all. It's it's really kind of funny. Now, I used to, I was already on the path to being an old fart to start with. I liked my naps. I was grumpy most of the time, and I enjoyed it. Them stupid kids and their dang fads and all that kind of stuff. I
love it when young people talk about becoming old farts.
Well, I'll be 42 this year, so I'm not young. I'm not young. I'm at the age where, I should be working on my midlife crisis, and I'm just.
You got time.
I don't have time.
You say you got time, but then you got COVID. So
yeah, I'm not very interested in it, but now, in between activities, I have to take a lot of breaks. So there's a lot of taking breaks, and but just about every day has a good solid nap in it. But which quite honestly, I'm tired of sleeping. I slept for 5.5 weeks straight, and then after that, I was probably only awake about 2 or 3 hours a day.
This is a question I've always wanted to know the answer to. So if you was out for 5.5 weeks, when you woke up, did you feel refreshed or did you feel tired?
Tired, man.
When you have a long sleep and sometimes you wake up and you feel even worse.
Yeah. No, I felt. Well, I'll be honest with you. I felt like crap. Part of it was the ventilator down my throat. Part of it was. Yeah, part of it was. So my wife informed me that they were having trouble with me not being able to keep my food down from the feeding tube. So they were giving me food for people with organ failure, and it just wasn't quite working for me. And so rather than them having me intubate on my own vomit, they just stopped feeding me for like 12 days. So every muscle in my body had atrophied, including my tongue, and I couldn't hold my jaw up. I couldn't close my mouth. Like when you're lifting a weight and you get to the point where you can't, and you just start shaking and vibrating. That's what would happen with my jaw when I tried to close it. And everything. I had to relearn how to breathe on my own. That was the hardest thing I've ever had to do. Most people aren't aware of their lungs or their diaphragm. I'm very aware of it every day because I had to learn how to strengthen it so it would pull air down. The first day I breathed basically on my own for 20 minutes. It was the hardest workout I ever did. And I slept the rest of the day after that. It was quite strenuous. But so now I'm actually in preparation to do a 5K. So I've said, let's give COVID the finger and say, with the grace of God, with God behind you, with a positive attitude and a lot of hard work, you can come back better from a tragedy. So that's what I hope to prove to people that, because I didn't do any 5Ks before I got sick.
How many of your friends before this had said, COVID, it's just a flu?
A lot of people. I
still say it though.
Yeah, it's not. No, it's not.
I'm not going to lie to him. He's mates with God. You can't lie to him.
Well, I appreciate your honesty, and I can tell you, it is a bit more than the flu.
There you go.
I've got severe lung damage. As you can tell, I still cough. It's my lungs, just from talking, they get wore out, and I cough. It's crazy how that works.
In my defense, though, I said it was man flu, which we all know is way worse than normal flu.
It is way worse. True. But honestly, I never thought I was going to get COVID. And if I did, I thought it'd be one of those things where I got over it quickly, and not a big deal. So imagine my surprise when I've got doctors telling me, you're going to have to go on a vent or else you're going to die. And I'm
It's
like,
really
what?
weird, like how some people like yourself, you got it so fucking bad, whereas like I caught it and then it was like having a really bad flu for 2 weeks. Like,
Yeah.
and
I've had it like 3 times.
so strange. Like, yeah, but that's because you
Weird.
lick fucking toilet seats. If you lick toilet seats in public toilets, that's what's gonna happen.
Oh yeah, I
Leaving
totally,
chocolate on them.
I totally got my congregation one week. I was like, I don't know how I got COVID. Maybe it was because, I just didn't want to put my mask on that one time, or maybe it was because I forgot to use hand sanitizer, or maybe it was because I was licking that cart handle. I don't know. I don't know how I got it.
I don't know if I've had it because I had an antibody test and I had because I had like really the first year, 2020, I had some like a whole group of weird like symptoms, no? And then like I was reading one of these things which you should never do that you find on the internet, 10 signs that you've had COVID. And I'm like, check. Oh, what? Because I didn't have the breathing or anything, And in fact, 2020, I had no, what do you call it? I had no hay fever. And hay fever, I get hay fever every damn year. And I've had hay fever like really bad a few times. And I'm thinking, well, like if you have no hay fever, that means your body's working to fight something else off. So I had like a COVID antibody test and I had like a positive result, but really, really like low,
Yeah.
And so I don't know if I've had it or not.
And Jacobus, I'll be really fair with you. The Omicron variant, it's just like the flu. People are it's super contagious,
Yeah,
but it's not nearly.
Yeah.
But Delta was the most deadly variant. Per capita, it took more lives than the first variant, than the first onset of COVID. It was pretty bad. In fact, they had a lot of people go in the hospital the same time I did, and I was one of 6 people that made it out. Yeah.
I think the main reason we're not as affected is because we're British and we drink tea every 20 minutes and all that
has to be it.
liquid going through your body.
Yeah, we have to have a wet throat, you see. Otherwise,
you guys are a bit pickled over there.
Yeah, like before it all kicked off in like December, I had something. I just thought it was the flu, which before everyone started talking about COVID, and it knocked me out for a good week and a half. So I don't know if it was maybe I caught a strain of it then, and then that helped me later on. I don't know. No one seems to know with this stuff, like when it was actually here. And
in 2009,
well, you survived, mate, and now it's just about recovery. So
yeah, and it's a long road, but it's good to have survived. And first thing I wanted to do as soon as I woke up is I wanted to get back to doing comics because I love doing comics.
Nice.
Cool. Yeah, I do. I always tell people, I'm a minister. This is not a Christian comic book. In case you're wondering if it's a, Bible track. You're a sinner, don't go to hell. It's not that. It's it's just a fun comic book. It does have a bit of my worldview in it, it does have some issues of faith in there. One of the characters is an atheist, and when he finds out that he's part angel, he's got angelic DNA in him. He's like, well, if angels are real, that means demons are real. That means God's real. But I don't believe in that. So how do I reconcile what I am with what I believe? And so we deal with that because I thought that'd be an interesting thing to approach. Yeah. So it's but it's a fun book.
So if he's part angel and he doesn't believe in any of that, does he have an existential crisis and just disappear in a puff of smoke?
He does not. He does have a bit of a crisis, and the character Danny actually helps him through it. So we don't spend a lot of. It's like a single page, where issue 5 is a pretty poignant book because we deal with that. We also there's a significant death in that book that
ooh, spoilers.
That shakes the team. So it's I did have people complain because they felt like this big reveal of Azazel at the end, that he kind of got punked. And I'm like, well, of course he did, because if the team would have gone up against him, they'd have been obliterated. they're not strong enough, and so any complaints people had that they didn't really get to see Azazel do his thing in issue 5, by issue 9, they'll be equally as upset with me, but for different reasons.
Okay.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
So if you want to get upset with Luke, back his book.
Yes, please.
I'm sure he won't mind then.
I won't mind at all.
And if you want God to be upset with you, don't back his book. I wouldn't recommend that.
If you need heaven points, no, I'm joking. I'm not like the early Catholic Church selling notes to heaven. I'm not doing that. Yeah.
Okay.
No papal bull.
No, but you will get my undying gratitude.
Alright, before we wrap up on that, I will go over again, as Dave kindly reminded in the private chat. Twisted Fairy Tales is still available for the time being. It will not be available for much longer because it's going to print. And then once it's printed and it's all been dished out, we'll work the bargain bin magic and do what we're doing with that. Also, if you're sending books to the UK, mark it as a children's book. If it doesn't have bloody, gory violence, swearing, anything like that, mark it as a children's book. If you're printing it in the UK, declare it as a children's book, and you don't have to pay VAT on the printing either.
Nice.
This has been my TED Talk.
That is great information to have, by
That's
the way.
a lot shorter than 14 minutes, but okay.
We can fluff it out with the credits and stuff.
Here's the addendum to his TED Talk. I literally just finished the final page for Tailess, so all of the line and ink art is done. I've got a little bit of colouring to do, several pages, and then we're in the same boat. We're going to print.
Cool.
So,
Fantastic work, by the way, Aria.
Thank you.
It looks really good.
Thank you.
You just keep getting better and better too, by the way.
Ah, cheers, dude. I hope that's something people see in the book. That, the difference between book 1 and book 7. So.
The bargain bin are actually back on track. What the fuck happened there?
Well, having said that, I don't know about back on track, but yeah.
Oh, Rob,
yeah,
you let me
I know. Look. Hey, I've drawn a.
You're busy painting fucking eggs. Do your book.
Mind you, I've been a little bit off track because I was working on a friend's another cartoon. What do you call it? Another cartoon script. Oh God, like a cartoon Bible, which is what I put out on my Instagram a few weeks ago. At the moment, I'm actually working on a band T-shirt, so I've got stuff going on, and I do mean to be moving on with Rattle and Roll number 2. Again, I got 13 pages done. I've only got another 20 pages to do, and really, it'll be ready. It's all written. The text is done. I've just got to do the pages. I know. Mea culpa.
So,
What are you waiting for?
back
Look at that! Hey,
We want more art.
What?
Back Smiter when it comes out.
Yeah, that's a point. I could give a little update. So, script's coming along really well for it. I'm hoping to get some character concepts done in the next few weeks. So everything's moving along, and I'm just figuring out who the best artist to use for it. So I need a particular look. But yeah, so everything's coming along.
Dave is the best artist.
What, me? I'm not going to draw my own book. Fuck me. I want it to sell. Like, I don't... Jeez. No.
Okay.
Weird. Everyone's doing shit. Normally it's like, just buy, and that's it. Like.
Okay. Luke, you haven't seen. What? Go on, Jacobus. I was going to tell Luke about the wave.
Yeah, go tell him.
All right then. So it's kind of a custom for us, if you haven't seen the show before, for the new guest to do what we call the K wave.
Okay.
Like this. Okay. So I don't know if your lungs are going to be up for it.
My lungs are up for it, but I don't know if this is.
Here. Oh, is it a bit? Oh,
yeah.
Damn.
It's still like paralyzed.
Have you got someone to help you?
Unfortunately, this arm's coming back. This arm's coming back just fine.
You can see Rob, the only one who's got to do the gay wave now.
Yeah, make Rob big to do the gay wave.
Yeah, he's the only one who got to do it now.
Luke, I appreciate the effort, but this one's on Rob.
Don't make me big yet. Don't make me big yet. We're still saying thanks to Luke for being there.
Eat the egg. Put the egg in your mouth.
Bargain bin, let's see what crowd is in. Baba Dave and his hair, he's old man, but please don't stare. Alright, he's on the bargain bin. Next on up is Jacobus, with computer skills most dubious. Can he play a video stream? Way, here is the bargain bin. Bonus section, it's area black. For the furries, he's got your back. Along with Neve, that rhymes with Steve. Can she weave? She'll knit you a sleeve. Whoa, they're on the bargain bin. It's on Monday night. If you're lucky, it's on time. It's a pile of shite, but to miss it is a crime. Just out the gate, it's Rob TP. He's not a dog, but he'll make you pee. Up for a laugh, he'll laugh at Oat. If he falls flat, he'll get his coat. Whoa, we are the bargain bin. You hear the bargain bin, huh? This is the bargain bin.